know a new series begins tonight, but to touch on a couple of items from last night, is there an update on Fernando Tatís Jr. on how he's doing?
Yeah, the candle worked, man. It was good. Lit the candle, and he's sore. Very thankful and grateful that no fractures or anything that showed up on any imaging. He's had multiple imaging. Came back and got in today, and he's sore, but said he wants to go compete.
Is he in the lineup today?
He is in the lineup today.
Okay.
One tough dude, man. One tough mental and physical dude.
In other news, MLB announced Robert Suarez suspended for 3 games to appeal. Your reaction to that after last night?
Yeah, I mean, Robert got 3-game suspension. There is an appeal. He's in good hands with the PA. I know the PA will take good care of him. We feel pretty strongly that is a strong suspension. It was unintentional, and there's a lot of different things that took place in the course of that series that we don't need to revisit. But I do trust the league's office being judicious, but we are taking exception with the 3 games, the volume of the games, and actually, period.
Your name was also on that suspension list for tonight. Just your reaction to being as a part of those names.
Yeah, I understand it. I accept my responsibility in it, and I'll serve my game tonight, and we'll move on.
Are you, for Suarez to have gotten 3 games, and you guys said you think that's strong, what is the case? Will you make a case for it to be lowered?
Yes, a case will be made. And again, the PA he's in good hands. Obviously, Crony is one of our, a league and representatives, and so he'll have a say in it, and be able to support what that appeal process looks like. There's a strong appeal to lessen it, or I don't think it's going to go away, unfortunately, but at a minimum, lessen the games.
Mike, considering the 1-game suspension, do you have any regrets of your actions or what you said last night?
It's a good question, and I have thought about it. You always review, and the one thing that I am responsible for is making sure we have a clean game, making sure our sport, first of all, represent our team and take care of our team, the San Diego Padres, and our organization and our city, and then be a good steward for the game and be a good representation of how the game is supposed to be played. And it's one thing that I've been intentional at my whole career, and my career will speak to that, regardless of level. The circumstances were really challenging this past series. And at the end of the day, I don't regret standing up for a guy that I love, in Toddy, and in a team that I love, and a city that I love, and an organization that I love. So in that regard, I have no regrets. How it got to that point. Again, we can all have our comments and thoughts and theories, but as far as my actions, it's not something that you want to do every night or needs to be done, hopefully, ever again. But appropriate actions for the circumstances were taken, and I don't regret it at all.
Doc made contact with you. You both get 1 game. How do you?
So, listen, man. The league does their deal. They do a good job. They take all the factors into it. I accept my game. What they do to anybody else is none of my business, quite honestly.
Is your understanding that
has it become personal between you and Dave, do you think?
Has it become personal? Like me and him, or the Padres versus the Dodgers?
Him and you specifically.
Yeah, another good question. I'm competing for our team. There's some history that's very public, with what happened last year with Manny that I took exception to. And so, I handled that very privately. This got to be more public, and it's ultimately about, the defense of our team, and anybody that is going to, take the steps that I feel are inappropriate against our team, then I will take action. But I'm not a personal guy. I'm not a grudge guy, but I am a foxhole guy.
You addressed Manny situation with Doc privately, as you and Doc?
Yeah, that was public on his side, but listen, that's water under the bridge, and I handle my things privately.
But that was later at a different date after that series.
That's all I'll say.
After what happened last night, does anything change the way you approach to face the Dodgers next time?
No, I don't. No, not at all. I mean, listen, I need to stop and say this. I have a healthy respect for the Dodgers. I really do. I respect the heck out of their players. I enjoy the competition against them. You're talking about Hall of Fame players. On the way to Hall of Fame players, World Series champions. I respect that. That's what we're looking to go do. Freddie Freeman, Tommy Edman, Mookie Betts, Kiki Hernandez, Max Muncy. Clayton Kershaw. Teoscar Hernandez. They're good guys, man. They're good players, and they play the game the right way. And we played really healthy, competitive games against them, and unfortunately, it spilled into some altercation. But how we're going to compete with them next time? No, it doesn't change anything. We're going to take care of today, and we're going to take care of every opponent we can possibly take care of every day, and then they'll be on the schedule in August.
Right, there's really no clear-cut rubric for what is or isn't intentional. How do you know when somebody's really going after one of your guys?
I think sometimes you can know. I think sometimes it's clear. Other times it's open to interpretation, which I felt like almost all of it was on both sides. And so, like for example, we had the warnings issued. And Iglesias, a guy with 12 years of major league experience, gets drilled in the wrist. We had 3 X-rays come out of that series. And so, he gets drilled in the wrist, and rightfully our team and myself were upset about it. But I wasn't going to go and make a production out of it because I didn't feel it was intentional. I thought the ball got away from him, and I wasn't going to create a scene and make anything bigger than it was, even though it didn't look optically great. And other times, you take exception, and it's a hard interpretation. Only few people really know.
Where's Jackson Merrill right now?
Jackson's in a good spot. He's in the clubhouse, had a workout today, went through what he would term a pre-game day routine, and just got there talking to him and came out good. He's really made some strides. Headaches subsided, nausea subsided, soreness in the neck subsided, clarity is coming back, focus is coming back. So all the good things, able to run, hit, and throw today. And I talked to him right before I walked in here actually, and said he's trending in a good place, and we'll see what is the next step.
Mike, we saw Darvish throw some BP out here pregame. Did you hear how it went, and an update on his status?
I saw it. Looked good. Talked to him just a moment ago. And, he got up twice, and pitches were good. Maldonado called him, said he thought he came out good. Velocity looked like it was good. Swings, were, what you would hope from the pitching side of it. And he said he felt good, and we'll evaluate what the next steps are.
How do you feel about Jackson on Sunday?
That's going to be ultimately a medical decision. I mean, Jackson's a gamer, wants to play like Toddy. That's the one thing I love of many things about this team is this group loves to play. They're tough dudes, and Jackson's definitely one of them. But it's ultimately going to be a medical clearance.
What's Teoscar sound good to you? Seemed like he kind of liked it.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was great. Like I said, even on the day where Jose got hit, I walked Jose to first base and caught up with Freddie, and class guy, Freddie Freeman. We just talked about, what's going on. You take care of your group, and I'll take care of our group. And after that all took place, yesterday, kind of walked down with Teoscar, and he was very clear, like, hey, man, look, unintentional. I said, I get it. I appreciate it. He's a player, man. He understands both sides of it. And I said, dude, you're killing us. We gotta figure out a way to get you out. He goes, I'm not having that good a series. I said, a 3-run homer the first night was maybe take exception with that, but I don't know him a lot. I respect the way he plays, but I've heard good things about him, and I just enjoyed having a quick conversation with him. It was definitely a diffusing conversation.
Skip, when you go out there and you show that kind of emotion, can you feel maybe a little bit of the mentor Tony LaRussa coming out in you?
I actually talked to Tony last night. Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, that's think that's kind of how I've been wired. You know, there was no Tony never like, hey, you got to go do this or that. But I've talked to Tony a lot about how to handle situations. I called him last night about the situation. Did I handle it well? What did you think? Talked to him about last year, playoffs, you know, some situations. I'm always talking to him. But I've always been wired to, when I first started coaching, to, you know, take care of this dugout.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
The beef? We'll show up, and whenever we play, and we'll see what happens. But I'm pretty sure we just want to go play good, hard, clean baseball.